Welcome to the 8th edition of World Intellectual Property Forum.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you for joining this session. And I also want to thank to the organizers for organizing this virtual event in this challenging COVID time. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Amit Singh. I am a senior patent specialist at Jotwani Associate. I have been working in this field from last 4 years. So let's start. During the presentation, in case you have any query and question, please drop it in the comment box. So I'm going to speak about IPR strategy for global businesses. Before starting the presentation, let me introduce my firm, Jotwani Associate. We established in 1998 by Mr. Dinesh Jotwani, who is the managing partner and founder of Jotwani Associate. Currently, we have 5 partners, 20 professionals, 25 support staff. We are operating from 3 offices based out of New Delhi. We are associated with IPR firms in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Myanmar. We are practicing in multidisciplinary areas, includes intellectual property law, litigation, government relations, corporate law, indirect tax, merger and acquisition, technology and translation law. These are our 5 partners. Mr. Jotwani, an IPR attorney from last 25 years. He was a head of department at several multinational companies like Microsoft, Symantec, Cisco. He is the part of leadership team. Harpreet is a corporate attorney with around 2 decades of practicing in law. She is a director in several multinational companies representing them in India. Dr. Panaki is a partner. He is also a senior consultant at KPMG. He has spent more than 30 years in IPRs. Justice Tandon, after his retirement from judiciary in Uttarakhand High Court, he joined us as a partner. Henry is our consultant partner based out of New York and helped to get US market for us. Definition of IP. Anything that is created by the virtue of your mind, it's your intellectual property. In a simple word, it's a creation of mind. It can be either patents, trademark, design, copyright, etc. Any kind of idea you may have that save your time, cost, energy is a subject matter of IPR. The graph here shows a shift in the component of S&P market value, where tangible assets went from being the majority of overall asset in 1975, that is 83%, to the minority, that is 9% in year 2019. Meanwhile, the proportion of intangible assets has increased over time, representing the minority in 1975, that is 17%, to the majority in 2019, that is 91%. This directly shows that the digital transformation over the past few decades has resulted in a new economic reality in which the wealth and power of business is derived from the ownership of valuable intellectual property. What is an IPR strategy? As we discussed in previous slide, in the new digital era, the power and wealth of the business are calculated from their intangible assets. Therefore, we need a IP strategies to manage our company's intangible asset in order to maximize the commercial value out of it. High-level strategy to protect IP. High-level strategy that we need to justify investment in research and development. For example, nowadays everyone knows the COVID situation. So there are million and billion of dollars going into this research to develop vaccine for COVID-19. Many companies are indulged in this work only and want to protect their IPR. When they have invested their money, they should get some revenue out of it. Although it's not perfect example because it's human crisis and we all are facing it, but as a human being, I personally believe that their company should give this vaccine and its formula at a free of cost to save humanity. But at the same time, their logic is that they have invested so much of money and effort and would like to have certain amount of return too. Hence, this justify investment in research and development by protecting an IPR, as it creates a freedom of space to work around. If I create an invention, I will come up with a brand name which give me space to work. I am also from mechanical background, and I can say, for example, a company come out with a unique kind of power transmission system, but they doesn't want that tomorrow some other company comes in and develop same kind of system. So they like to protect it, so that at least in that patent area they can get a freedom of space where it can be developed and innovate further. But if someone come up with a power transmission system which is totally different from the other one, then they can patent it, but not which first company have invented first, as it will also create competitive edge in the market. It can be used for defensive and cross licensing purpose. It creates a brand and product awareness about the group or company. When we sell our product, the customer knows that it's safe and trustworthy. In that way, only it will create an awareness in the market itself. And for that, one should have to protect it from hackers or privacy. What happen if you develop a software and later somebody cracks it and sell it for free in the market? Have you guys ever visited Nairo Place? I don't know how many of you visited, but there you will find all the pirated software which are being sold for rupees 50 to hundreds only, and the actual cost of that software may exceed more than lakhs in rupees. For that, how would you manage in that type of situation? In such situation, we can only save it by having copyright on that product. Basically, this is a level strategy for businesses to protect IPR. In fact, I would say IPR is first kind of lawyer that the company or organization would contact the moment they have a new idea or something unique that they want to do. By that only one can invest into this R&D. That's why IPR professionals are very important for startups environment. In fact, we can see in startup they want to protect their IPRs, and then finally they go for funding. It not the other way around. So this is something high level strategy for small businesses or to largest businesses you can think of. These are some of important IPR statutes. These are not all of it. Patent and trademark respectively protect patent and trademark. There is Design Registration Act also, Copyright Act to protect artistic and literature work, geographical indication of good. It protects goods coming out of certain origin. For example, Assam tea, Kolhapuri chappal, whiskey from Scotland called as Scotch. And then Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmer Right Act. Again, a very important statute, as there has been litigation on this. When farmer regrows its seeds, does it need to pay royalty to the companies like Monsanto, where they come out with a new form of seed and they give it to the farmer? So this act actually balance the plant varieties companies and the right of the farmers. IPR strategy for industries. How different industries use IPRs to their strategic advantage. In terms of IT and ITES industry, they use patent to protect new feature process that they have developed. For example, in case of Infosys, which have several patent recording financial services and financial transaction, they have protected their feature and software through patents. They also use trademark to distinguish their service and products from competitor. Then software publisher like Microsoft, Semantic, Adobe, etc. They own lot of patent in form of new feature. For example, Microsoft has so many software products, operating system, of course, Windows. Each of Windows new feature come out get protected by a patent. Every year itself on their new feature of operating system file 10 to 30,000 of patents all over the world. Automobile industry are very important in term of patent and design. It's a look and feel of design. They protect by design registration. Then patent. Through patent, they protect their new technologies. The best example is Mercedes, as it has 340 design registration for different for their shape, window, bonnet, seat, tire, etc. Then restaurant industry. Restaurant industry protect their brand by trademarks and also trade secret. Their ingredients processes of every disease are protected by trade secret. Like how KFC dishes of KFC are so tasty and so different from others. Then pharmaceutical companies. It's very important for them to protect their new formulation. In fact, if they come out with a new molecule today, it will take them to 10 to 15 years to get the molecule in the market because of the regularity, as they need to get the clinical test first, then FDA approval of each molecule. For that, they minimum spend their $80 million. So they need patent to protect their investment research of so many years. Trademark is also important for pharmaceutical company to protect their brand value. Then electronic print media film industry have copyrighted because all their work, even a book, print, film is protected by copyright. Whole registration process for company to protect their copyright is most important as compared to the patent and trademark. If copyright are not there, then movie, song, books, everything gets pirated. Better remedy is that we should have a copyright. Trade secret strategy. Trade secrets are widely used by SMEs. In fact, many SMEs rely almost exclusively on trade secret for the protection of their IPRs. Although in many cases they may not even be aware that trade secrets are legally protected. It is important, therefore, to make sure that enterprises take all necessary measures to protect their trade secret effectively. These measures would include adopting an enterprise-wide information security and protection program, educating employees on the company's policy regarding disclosure of confidential information, with clear definition and guidelines on how to access, manage, protect, distribute, label, or eventually disclose any confidential information. Identifying and prioritizing business strategy on the basis of their value and sensitivity. Making sure that the limited number of people know and have access to any confidential information of value to the enterprise, and that all those who do are well aware that it is confidential information, including confidentiality agreement with employees, employee contracts. Under the law of many countries, employees own confidentiality to their employee even without such agreement. The duty to maintain confidentiality over the employee's secret generally remains at least for a certain period of time, even after the employee has left the employment. Signing non-disclosure agreement with business partners whenever disclosing confidential information. Considering whether a trade secret may be protected by means of formally registered IP right, such as patent, and if so, whether it would not be better protected that way. Thank you. In case you have any query, any question, please drop that in comment box. We are happy to answer your queries. Thank you so much for attending this session.